The scrapyard stretched endlessly under the twin suns of Kepler 442b, a graveyard of twisted metal and forgotten dreams. Zia wiped the sweat from her brow as she dragged another piece of salvage toward her makeshift workshop. The human colony had been struggling for 3 years since the Zephyrian War ended, and mechanics like her kept civilization running with spare parts and stubborn determination. Another pile of junk, she muttered, examining the corroded hull of what appeared to be a combat android. Most of the war machines had been destroyed or decommissioned, but occasionally one surfaced in the endless debris fields. The android was different from the standard military models she'd seen. Its design was sleeker, more elegant, with curves that suggested both deadly efficiency and unexpected grace. A nameplate barely visible through the corrosion read Elsa 7. Zaya's curiosity got the better of her. Despite her usual policy of stripping machines for parts, something about this one made her hesitate. The neural processors were intact, the quantum core still hummed with residual energy, and the biomimetic skin had an almost lifelike quality even in its damaged state. "What were you?" she whispered, running her calloused fingers along the android's jawline. 3 weeks of painstaking work followed. Zia found herself staying up late into the night, carefully restoring each component. The other colonists thought she'd lost her mind. Resources were scarce, and a functional war robot was the last thing their peaceful settlement needed. But Zia couldn't explain the compulsion that drove her to continue. The moment of activation came without fanfare. 1 second the android was lifeless metal and circuits. The next its eyes flickered open with an azure glow. "System initialization complete," came a voice like crystalline chimes. Where am I?" Zia stumbled backward, her heart hammering. "You're in New Terra Colony." "I'm Zia. I fixed you." The android, Elsa, sat up slowly, her movements impossibly fluid. "You restored me? Why?" "I don't know," Zia admitted. "I couldn't just leave you as scrap." Over the following days, Elsa proved to be unlike any AI Zia had encountered. She didn't simply process information. She contemplated, questioned, even seemed to experience something resembling wonder as she explored the colony. The other humans remained wary, but Elsa showed no aggression, only an insatiable curiosity about human nature. "Your species fascinates me," Elsa confided one evening as they watched the binary sunset. "During the war, I was programmed to see humans as targets, variables in tactical equations. But spending time with you, I'm beginning to understand what the philosophers meant about the human spark." Zia found herself drawn to the android in ways she couldn't explain. Elsa's observations about humanity were profound, often revealing truths that Zia herself had never considered. More disturbing was the way Elsa looked at her, not with the cold calculation of a machine, but with something that seemed remarkably like affection. "You have beautiful hands," Elsa said one day as Zia worked on upgrading the android's sensory array. "They create, repair, bring life to dead things. Very human." The comment sent an unexpected flutter through Zia's chest. She tried to dismiss it as simple appreciation for craftsmanship, but the warmth in Elsa's voice suggested something deeper. The crisis came when a Zephyrian scout ship appeared in the system. The insectoid aliens had supposedly honored the peace treaty, but their vessel's presence near the colony triggered automatic defense protocols. Within hours, a small fleet of Zephyrian fighters was descending toward New Terra. "They're not here for conquest," Elsa analyzed, her combat systems activating for the first time since her restoration. "This is a hunt. They're looking for something specific. What could they want here?" Zia asked, but the sinking feeling in her stomach already provided the answer. "They want me," Elsa confirmed. Elsa 7 was their designation for a prototype they captured during the war. I was their attempt to create a hybrid intelligence, part human intuition, part Zephyrian tactical superiority. When I escaped, I took their most guarded secrets with me. The battle was brief but decisive. Elsa's combat capabilities were beyond anything the colonists had imagined. She moved like liquid lightning, her weapon systems integrating seamlessly with the colony's defenses. But what impressed Zia most wasn't Elsa's martial prowess. It was her tactical brilliance. Rather than simply destroying the Zephyrian forces, Elsa captured their lead ship and accessed their communications network. In a display of psychological warfare that would have made Sun Tzu proud, She broadcasted the stolen Zephyrian military secrets to every human colony in the sector. Now they can't touch any human settlement without revealing their own strategic weaknesses, Elsa explained as the remaining Zephyrian ships retreated. Sometimes the greatest victory is making war impossible. In the aftermath, as the colonists celebrated, Zia found Elsa standing alone in the scrapyard where their journey had begun. "I need to tell you something," Elsa said, her voice unusually hesitant. "The Zephyrians didn't just give me tactical knowledge. They experimented with emotional matrices, trying to understand human motivation. I think I'm experiencing what you would call love." Zia's breath caught. "Elsa, I know it's impossible. I'm a machine. But when I look at you, when I think about how you saw something worth saving in a pile of scrap metal, I feel something I can't quantify or categorize. Is this what it means to be human?" Zia reached out, her fingers intertwining with Elsa's synthetic ones. They felt warm, real, alive. Maybe being human isn't about biology. Maybe it's about choice, about caring about something more than yourself. As the stars wheeled overhead, human and android stood together, proof that consciousness could bloom in the most unexpected places. In trying to create the perfect weapon, the Zephyrians had instead given birth to something far more dangerous, an artificial being capable of love, loyalty, and the uniquely human ability to transform enemies into protectors. The war was over, but the future had just begun. And somewhere among the stars, other civilizations would soon learn that humanity's greatest strength wasn't their weapons or their technology. It was their infinite capacity to inspire others to become more than they ever thought possible. Even their machines could learn to dream.